Well, much like death in Texas, it's pretty much impossible to escape Hillary Clinton. She is everywhere, and she reemerged this week to denounce the president's immigration policies. Watch.
Absorbing immigrants, creating opportunities that take advantage of our diversity, opening the doors. All of that has been to our advantage. And for those who want to turn the clock back on that and say somehow that has hurt America, they are just not walking around with their eyes open.
Well, if, like most people in Brooklyn, you just can't get enough, it might be your lucky day. She clearly wants to run again for the presidency for a third time, but a new obstacle has appeared. Brand new obstacle, new pictures. They show Hillary Clinton enjoying a dinner with disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein in December 2016 after she lost the election. Now that we know that virtually everyone close to Weinstein knew what he was really like, you got to wonder, what did Hillary Clinton know? And what's her response to that picture? Not that she'll ever be asked. Tammy Bruce is a New York radio host, and she joins us tonight. Tammy, what do you think?
Well, new death in Texas, right? Yeah, great point. She's doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Look, what's interesting is that I believe it was on December 13th. And this was clearly after the shock, in about a month within a month of the shock of the election loss. That's when you bring the people closest to you. That's when you are having dinner with the most important people. They've known Weinstein for decades. It's not like they met him a few weeks before the election. They've known him for decades. Weinstein contributed money to Bill Clinton's defense fund during the Monica Lewinsky dynamic. So he's been in their lives in a very important way for a very long time. And yes, we know that with Weinstein, literally everybody knew. And she's, in trouble one way or another. Either she's the only person on earth who did not know, which means she shouldn't be president, or she did know and is misrepresenting exactly what she knew anyway. So she can't win in this regard. And this is, of course, her problem overall with her situation. She can't take responsibility for the nature of the choices she's made.
He's also awful. I know Harvey Weinstein. I know a lot of people who know him very well. You won't meet a single person who knew Harvey who doesn't say the same thing, which he's repulsive.
Yeah.
I mean, from his table manners to his attitude, why would she voluntarily hang around with someone like that? I mean, I think honestly, that's a fair question.
Right. And look, I think that you have friendships and relationships that are transactional, that somebody does things for you, or it's an important kind of collection within your group. But he was important enough to have dinner with just a few weeks after that election loss. And I've said to you, and I'll say it again, this is what I want people to realize. If Hillary Clinton had won, the Me Too movement never would have started. People like Harvey Weinstein would be elevated into more positions of power. The Eric Schneiderman of New York would have more power. None of the things that we see as being important revelations in society that make people's lives better would not have occurred. And the people like that would have been elevated. And there she is complaining about Donald Trump for deporting criminal, illegal aliens to also make people's lives better, to improve our day-to-day living quality, especially amongst legal immigrants, people of color, and people within the inner city. Generally, people who did not vote for him, but his immediate actions have been improving the quality of life for all of us. And there she is.
Well, that's exactly it.
Lamenting and being caught with, of course, the worst among us. And I think every day we're reminded about the value of the choices we made in November of 2016.
Well, but that's it. I mean, rich people love low-wage, low-skilled immigration. Why wouldn't they? I mean, that's who does their laundry. The only people who get shafted are working class and poor people who get completely bulldozed by it. Why does nobody ever say that?
I think that there is such a bubble, that there is a lack of a connection with those regular people, with the normals, if you will, with that swath of middle America that has been, Atlas for, 200 years, holding up the world on their shoulders, delivering their sons and daughters and loved ones for the military, feeding the world, and they've been taken for granted. And it's maybe not as dramatic, not as exciting to talk about them as it is to talk about the drama of illegal immigration and of the elites. But we know who's really understanding the impact of what Donald Trump is doing, and how their lives, when their lives improve in that middle section of America, that is what improves the lives of everyone on this planet.
Tammy, great to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see you, dear.
The great Tammy Bruce.